all lawyers and all law practices are not the same. Even the same lawyer does not have identical KM needs throughout a long career. Could you classify the stages in a lawyer's career and tell us a little bit about what are the kind of KM requirements each of these stages require?
So I would break it down into three main stages for purposes of answering this question. Obviously, there's a lot more nuances throughout somebody's career, but I would say the three main stages that need to be looked at are the young new associate coming into the firm. So anywhere from 1 to 4 years experience. And in that initial stage, coming right out of law school, a young lawyer really needs to learn how to do everything. And so they're going to be very interested in looking at your database of past work product. So young lawyers will be looking for model documentation, for examples of how you draft different types of agreements, or if it's a litigator, how do you draft a pleading? So they're going to be focused very much on that. Likewise, having access to legal research, having access to past analysis of legal issues, research other people have done, but also they need access to the legal research tools that the law firm has available. So they're the ones who are going to be using the traditional library tools that the law firm offers. So databases where they can research the law, that kind of stuff is going to be most important to them. And the other thing that's going to be very valuable to young lawyers is checklists. So for different areas of practice, for different types of matters, most firms will have created checklists for everything you need to do related to a different kind of matter. And those are very useful for very young lawyers. The second stage is that middle stage between being a young lawyer and becoming a partner. And so that's the senior associate stage. And there, I think when you're making the transition into those middle years, business development becomes very important to you, because as you approach partnership, what the law firm is really going to be looking for is, can you develop your own book of business? And so business development, who you know, who you can bring in as a client, becomes very important. So databases that have contact relationship information, who knows whom, becomes increasingly important. Looking at how other people develop business becomes very important. So they're looking at different kinds of resources than the younger associates were. And at this point, it becomes very important for lawyers to fine-tune their practice. And so here's where they're looking more at efficiencies. They're looking at how they can do the work better, how they can do it more efficiently for their clients, and how they can add value. And so they're looking for that extra that they can give their client. Also, deeper strategy becomes more important at this phase of your career. And so they're going to be looking at, rather than looking at past work, they're going to be looking at how they can improve. And so they're going to be looking to the partners and what best practices those partners have developed to incorporate into their practice. Then the third stage, of course, is partnership. And at that level, partners become much more responsible for managing other people's work. And so as a partner, typically you're managing the work of the associates, both the young junior associates and senior associates. And so practice management, legal practice management, or legal project management is becoming very important now in law firms. The ability to delegate work and monitor how the matter is progressing is becoming very important. And that's the kind of tool that's helpful for a partner. Also, information about pricing. So how much does it typically cost for us to do this kind of work? So that when a client asks, can you give me an estimate? You can give the client a really good estimate and not have an unpleasant surprise for the client at the end of the matter. And so a partner needs access to information about what is the typical price for this kind of work. And they also become more accountable for the profitability. And so you need to give them tools that show them how profitable different kinds of work is for the firm, and how they can make that work more profitable. And the third thing that's very useful then is dashboards, because they do need to monitor the financial information, both on individual matters that they're responsible for and for a group of matters. So if they're managing a client portfolio, they need information about how satisfied the client is with the pricing, what options they can offer, and again, how profitable the work is. So very different needs throughout different stages of the career.